So you have wheels, tires, a lift, but you're ready to take your build to the next level. You want a winch, lights, maybe some extra clearance, protection. Well, today I'm going to show you how to remove the factory front bumper and install our SMS metal aftermarket front bumper. So these are the tools we'll be using today. A 10mm socket, you could use a short socket or a deep socket. We will need the deep socket 14, you cannot use the short socket. The bumper bar held in place has long studs, so it's going to be important to have that deep socket. We have this, we can use this or a flathead if you don't have one of these. This is just to remove the black plastic clips that hold all the trim panels in place. We also have the wrench to get behind the headlight for one of the bumper support brackets. And then a long socket wrench just to be able to get some leverage. And then you can have an electrical socket wrench as well. So the first step to removing the bumper, you're going to want to remove this plastic cover here. You're going to have clips like these, and like I said, you can use a flathead. You're just going to pop out this center part and then get up under it and pop it out. You're going to have it all across here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 here that cover this. You're also going to have the plastic clips on that plastic piece go into the bumper in 3 different areas, here, here, and here. You're going to also remove those as well. On each side there is a 10mm that goes in right here. It holds in this tab right here. So on each side you're going to get the 10mm right there. And unscrew that. Remove this piece here, the bolt 10mm. Remove that and you'll be able to get this loose. I want to get under the car and remove the 10mm bolts that are connected here, here, and here. Here and here, which connect to the metal bumper support. Here, here, and here. And the ones on the corners connect to these plastic wheel well covers. So I want to note, before you remove the bumper cover, be sure to unplug your fog light harness connectors from the fog lights, that way you don't get snagged up on that. And grab it by the corner here, and you're just going to give it a nice tug to try to get these clips here and here to break free. So you're going to want to also do it to this side, same method, just pop it straight out, get these 2 tabs broken loose here and here. And then next you're going to want to pull it forward to pop these out of place here. So once you've broken all of these loose, you should be able to pull the bumper straight out. I did tape off this area here, that way this doesn't snag up and scratch the paint, but that's totally up to you. The bracket, you're going to have a bolt here in the center, you're going to have a bolt here, and then one on the other side. And then you're going to want to remove these nuts here that hold the corners in. These are all 10mm. You're going to want to remove the corner pieces first, and then you can take out the center piece. And on the center piece, you're going to have 2 10mm bolts, one here and one here. This is where you're going to want to use your wrench. After your bumper support bracket is removed, you're going to have 14mm nuts that hold your bumper support in place. And you're going to need a deep socket 14mm. And they're tough to break loose, but you just get enough leverage, you'll be able to break these loose. Now that we have the bumper removed, one of the first things we're going to want to do is trim this wheel well plastic in order to prevent it from rubbing against the tire while you're driving. As you can see, I made a nice uniform cut across here, right across where the mounting points are. That way this does stay in place and still does its job. So I'm just going to be using dikes to cut this. These clips held the bumper in place and we'll no longer be needing these. So I'm going to be using this die grinder with a sandpaper attachment, and this is just going to be to clean up the areas where I cut. So typically you have people cut this area here. It's really all that's needed to fit the bumper in place. But I would like a cleaner look by getting rid of this area where the bumper support bracket mounted up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut around the headlight bracket that holds the headlight in place here. And we're gonna try to get a nice finish look from that. I'm gonna be using this die grinding tool with a cutting disc attached. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can use a Dremel tool. Just make sure you wear eye protection. So as you can see, you can bolt this up using the factory hardware just fine. Now, we do recommend you hammer these studs out, drill out the holes to accept larger, stronger hardware. We also recommend that you install these reinforcement brackets that we have on our website. If you look at the frame here, there is a crunch point on the frame. And if you're putting all that load on the frame using your winch, you will tweak the frame using it without being reinforced. You can bolt these in. There are bolt holes in place. You can see both here and here, bolt to the frame right there and there. Now, we do recommend strongly that you just get these welded in. It will be a lot stronger. I want to thank you guys for checking out the video today. We have different options on our website as far as what kind of bull bar you want, what color you want, if you want reinforcement brackets. I want to thank you guys again. We'll see you soon.